Oculus has been making standalone headsets for nearly half a decade, and about a week ago, I got my hands on Meta's third attempt at bringing VR to the masses. My first VR headset was the original Quest that released in 2019. I used that for years until the Quest 2 came out and now the Quest 3. Each of these headsets I've used extensively, and I feel confident that I can say that the Quest 3 is a huge step up from the Quest 2. In this video, I'm mostly going to talk about why this headset is a huge step over the previous generation and why I think it's worth the hefty $500 price tag. My main reason why I like this headset so much is that the optics are incredible. It's like wearing glasses for the first time. Everything is so sharp and pixels are nearly impossible to make out. Meta says that this headset is capable of 4K gaming, but in reality it's just 2K per eye. The display has a million more pixels than the Quest 2 and still supports 120Hz unlike the Quest Pro. New pancake lenses make the image sharp not only at the center of your vision but all the way to the sides with nearly no distortion. Color pass-through is another huge addition to this headset. Instead of black and white cameras, the Quest 3 has two 4-megapixel RGB cameras dedicated solely to pass-through. This makes legends on the keyboards readable, and you can actually use your phone without peeping through the nose hole, like on previous headsets. Mixed reality was never really a focus in the Quest 1 or 2, but now in the Quest 3, they're pushing it as breakthrough mixed reality in all of their marketing, trying to push VR into the next space, I guess. The only mixed reality that I'll actually be using is projecting ginormous screens into my room with virtual desktop and immersed. Speaking of immersed though, Meta's actually pushing this device really hard on businesses. They're saying you can use this for work from home and virtual meetings where you're actually in the meeting with the person. It's a cool idea, but you have to use their proprietary app, Horizon Workrooms. We'll get to how good the tracking is in a second, but first let's look at these controllers. They're about 20 grams lighter than the Quest 2s, and they're missing the tracking ring, which is probably why they're so much lighter. Somehow, without the tracking ring though, they're actually able to track better than the Quest 2's controllers, which I think is pretty impressive. In my experience, I found that these controllers use a mix of hand tracking as well as infrared emitters to keep track of where the controller is in space.
And so we have fused the computer vision we were using for constellation tracking with our hand models. So the hand tracking is also going to kind of running at the same time.
Compared to the Quest 1's tracking, they're a huge step forward, and you can keep them behind your back for a good 30 seconds before they actually start to drift off. One odd thing about the Quest 3 though is that it actually doesn't support 120Hz natively on the link cable. You actually have to use virtual desktop if you want to go above 90, and that is wireless and it introduces a ton of latency. This video is for my journalism class and I have to keep it under 3 minutes, so I guess it's over, but I think that this is a pretty good headset, and if you have the extra cash, you should probably get one.